But Yana, you
I'm not
ain't
doing it,
either.
but look at everybody else.
No,
Like
no,
it
no, no,
don't,
no,
it
no,
don't
no. Hold on,
matter.
hold on. You
What
just
homework should
It
I
don't
be doing?
matter.
hold on. I'm sorry, Yana. You didn't either. You just said that your stepdad is doing it or your dad is doing it.
But not for me. But I know that my vote counts it because if I'm gonna
Your
have
vote,
kids or
but when you vote out
what
of
have
ignorance, you
you.
just as bad, if not worse.
That's all I'm
Right.
saying.
I said a couple years ago that's what I did, but this year I'm not trying to do that, Anton.
You
I'm not
just said,
trying to
wait,
do
wait,
that.
wait, wait.
I
You
said
said
I'm
a
not
couple
taking the
years
time
ago
to do
you
the
voted
research
based off of
yet.
no, 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 no.
Willy nilly, yeah.
You said that your father or your stepfather is taking the steps to do the research this year, right?
Because I didn't mean it like for me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean like he's doing it and then feeding it to me and I'm like, hey dad, let me take it. I didn't mean it like that. I just know that I hear it from like the videos that he's watching and stuff. He's just being aware of what, he has
But
to
what do
do
that
and
got to
stuff
do
like
with
that.
you?
I said I was with Keon because he's like I'm like this, but I'm also like this, but not because I'm like I'm low key scared of politics, but that's just me being
You
honest. And
ain't
I just have
scared
to
of
take
no
my
fucking
time to do what I
politics.
gotta do.
That
I
is
also just don't
excuses,
make the
more
time to
excuses.
do
So
that.
you wait, you scared of politics.
I'm only scared because I don't take the time to be knowledgeable about it, to be
So
knowledgeable
you
about it.
scared because you didn't do your due diligence to understand who making decisions on your behalf. Is that what you're saying?
I know, yeah, I know. A couple years ago, I did not do that, but
How
now in
how
my
how old
age,
are
I can't
you?
vote like that. I can't vote like that
How
this
how
year.
old are you?
I'm 31. I just turned 31.
You too old to be sitting there having this conversation about how you don't know no better.
If she don't know, then like I even
But
Y'all, you too old to be sitting here
okay,
acting like babies. Y'all too
Oh, bro.
fucking grown and too old to be this ignorant.
I'm
It's not
sorry
even
that
funny.
it's yeah. I mean,
I
I'm not
think
laughing. Y'all
I
laughing.
think
I'm
it's
trying to. I'm
important
so
to
serious.
kind of get some knowledge about it because even if
I like
you
having
are
enough,
voting,
but
but
I
you
don't have
really don't
enough.
know, like you're voting because of how a family member, not saying you, but we're voting based off of family members or whatever, whatever,
Yeah,
and not
I'm
really
not trying
doing
to
our
do that.
research. I'm not saying you in particular, but
bruh.
a lot of these politicians, they'll have something and they'll sneak some other stuff into it. And a lot of people are just voting and they're voting against their own best interest because they're not really doing their homework about it.
Most
You
of
know
us
what I
don't even
mean?
know how that whole system works, and they still vote. I don't hear none of that. Most of the people that vote,
It
they
is
don't
your
really
own
know that.
personal responsibility to
Correct. So
learn
we gotta
about the country
stop
you live in,
stop saying
in a
most
city and state.
people and address where your lack of understanding lies in this whole situation. You using everybody else as an excuse in order to justify how you moving.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying how I see it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
but bro,
What does that
you
have to
you
do with
judging
you?
people who vote for the reasons that they vote, but you wouldn't even take the step to vote.
for what? That's what I'm asking y'all. For what? Somebody tell me.
Literally.
Because you pay taxes.
No, it's not
That's
just
not a
because
good
of tax. It's
explanation.
not just because of taxes. That is a part of it. But literally, you have people determining your fate every
How?
single day. They determine the jobs that's available to you. They determine the market. They determine whether or not whatever it is that you're going into is going to be valued within the marketplace that allows for you to even be able to have a future or feed your family. They determine how much it's going to cost for you to live, how much your food is going to cost in the grocery stores. They determine whether or not you're going to go to war. They determine whether or not we can get invaded in this planet and whether or not we making decisions that's right as far as the United States of America versus other countries. They literally determine what you gonna pay. You don't even have no choice over what you gonna pay once you elect an official that's a representation of you. The person that is in office, whether it's your congress member, whether it's your president, whether it's your governor, your mayor, your treasurer, the person that is elected, the judges, they determine the laws that determines your safety inside of your own city, whether or not your police is going to be funded, whether or not the schools that your children going to go to is going to be fully funded based off of the amount of millages and the amount of property taxes that's being taken out. Your laws, whether or not people can even speed down your street, how safe it is, what happens to somebody when they break into your house, whether you can carry a gun in your fucking state to defend yourself if somebody then come up and run up on you. Every single thing that happens inside of this country is based off of what your representation is and what your representation look like. Why you think that lobbyists is so powerful? Listen, the most powerful companies in the United States of America, they pay people to participate in politics because they understand how important it is. Every single thing that you do, whether you jaywalk down the fucking street or whether you get arrested in Dubai, politics matter in every single thing that we do. Everything. And what you basically telling me is that you rather me determine what happens to you than you participate and determine what happens to you and your children coming forward. They determine estate planning, whether or not when you die, how much money goes to your family versus how much money is going to the state. Every single thing. Even the freedom that you have to jump on these social media platforms is legislators that's literally saying that certain social media platforms shouldn't even be here in the United States, including TikTok. It's who can get an abortion fucking pill? Whether or not you get your state taxes taken out in certain states versus having higher property taxes. Who can open up a casino in your fucking city? What person can bid on this contract in order to be able to finesse, and then they raise up all of your taxes, and then eventually they set the precedent for what happens in the future for the people that decided that they want to elect or they want to run for office, and whether or not you qualified to do so. They determine what monies get put into the communities as far as community leaders and servants. It all goes through the police department, which is then the people that's supposed to participate with the charities. Why do you think that churches is so involved and invested? Why do you think politicians go to the churches? They're not just trying to get your vote. The churches is the ones that participate with the police department where all of the charity money goes through that you pay your fucking taxes for. Every single thing that happens in our society is all based off of politics. Everything.
See, I respect. I hear you, and I never heard it put that way. So now you just expanded my mind. Now, for me, I'm gonna do my due diligence. I appreciate that.
See, this is why I'm needed, because Anton make y'all niggas believe anything if he talk long enough.
That's I ain't even seen him come up here. I wasn't even looking at the screen.
Anton, please keep talking. 2K.
Let me hear it. Let me hear your perspective. 2K. How is he wrong?
I'm not even familiar with the question. I just know Anton will make you submit.
2K, we don't need you to. 2K, we don't need you to run it back. Anton, please. Anton, please say no.
All I'm saying is, this is all I'm saying, is just educate yourselves.
Still not.
Even if you decide that you don't want to participate, have a reason to why you don't want to participate. Don't just not do it because you don't know better. The worst thing that we can be in society is ignorant, because when you don't know, people take advantage of that. They don't even have to go to you to pitch you for you to determine whether or not you want to participate.
How can you do better if you don't
know better? Listen, education in your mind is the most powerful tool that you have. When we don't even know to be able to make an informed decision, that's a bigger problem than not participating in itself. But if we can't substantiate or we can't justify and we don't have any understanding as to how things work, then that's how you get taken advantage of. And by the time you figure it out, it's too late. We got to educate ourselves. We got to understand our history. We got to understand how things work. If we don't understand how things work, we can't even make an informed decision. We don't even know if these people are lying to us because we don't even fact check. And I'm not talking about fact check like these motherfucking CNNs and all of them. They go through and they paint the narrative the way they want to. I'm talking about real life facts compared to your real life experiences. That's what we do in everything else. We have real life experiences and then we compare it to what it is that people are saying. And so when you see something happen and you say, you know what, I don't know if I want to even go to college. You know why? Because my real life experiences is telling me that people over here, they running in the Victim Olympics because they all went and got, underwater basket weaving degrees, and college may not be for me. Well, then you can have somebody else that you can compare it to and say, well, you know what? It's not that college is bad, but if you actually go into this particular field or the STEM field, or you go into healthcare or whatever, so on and so forth, it could be incredibly beneficial to you because these people make over $1 million more than people that's not college educated. Or maybe you need to be an entrepreneur, or maybe you need to do both, a combination of both, until you can get to the point to where you can then fund your businesses with the things that you did in corporate America. My point is that when you have the information and you can use it from a comparative perspective to make a more informed decision, then you become powerful. Then you become a monster. But if you don't know and you don't educate yourself, that's when it becomes a big problem. But just to say, I don't know and I'm not doing it because I don't, that's wild. That's wild, bro.
Information is key, but it's a lot of the information that we getting that's like totally bullshit, bro. Like, to me, I feel like school was a waste of time. College was a waste of time. And you talking to somebody with a college degree. Like
And
they
what,
didn't.
and what?
And mass communications.
That's a big. That's a underwater basket weaving degree.
It's not. I didn't pay for a basket, nigga. If I knew how to sew, I would have sold me a degree together. Like it's not though. You got to understand. We getting gate guarded information regardless of what degree we got, bro.
No, you're not. No,
Yes,
you're
we
not.
are.
No, you're not.
First of all, the people who they got teaching us can't teach us shit.
Yeah, they ain't never
Like,
did.
how you gonna tell me how to be rich and you make 36,000 a year?
They're not supposed to teach you how to be rich. They're supposed to give you the fundamentals that allow for you to. It's a reason why. It's a reason why when you go to school, let's say for example, you're going to be a doctor or you're going to be a surgeon. It's the reason why they make you a resident. It's the reason why you do internships. The real life experience is supposed to help you determine whether or not you're good at this particular thing.
The real life experience,
and it gives you more of a view of what's really going to happen in that. Their job is not to make you rich. Their job is to give you the tools that allow for you to make the decision for yourself as to whether or not you can get rich or not. Teachers are not there in order to educate you to get rich. They're there to give you the fundamentals that allow for you to compete. It's still up to you to go to the interview process. It's still up to you to network. It's still up to you to do all of the things that allow for you to be successful. Even if you get the degree, you still might be a fuck boy and you may show up late every day and get fucking fired. It doesn't guarantee you success.
I think where the issue is that a lot of people think education stops with the school. Like if you're not taking the opportunity to educate yourself on shit, then how could you just leave it up to the school system to educate you? Like you have to take it further than what they just give you. They give you the basics. It's a reason why it has different levels. When you go to we had primary school, you go to primary school, they teach you the basics, you learn math, you learn English, and then when you start to work your way up and you reach the college, is a reason why you have to write papers because they trying to see your critical thinking, not just the information that a lecturer give you, but how do you apply that? So
they don't even teach critical
They
thinking.
going through the emotions in that motherfucker. They doing what they told. They following the system. They trying to get their check and go home. That's all they saying.
Okay, so to me, the system is a bunch of sheep. Okay, this white dude gonna teach y'all something, or tell y'all need to learn this, and this how it go, and then y'all can operate in society, bro. That's just like people tell me I can't spell, but I think I spell better than everybody, and I don't need all them extra silent words and silent letters. They teach us bullshit. They tell us 1 × 1 = 1.
The fuck do you mean, nigga? Like, nah.
How? It don't make sense. Like, so what? What?
That do sound like some made up ass shit, though. Like,
It is made up. 1 × 1 ain't 1. How is it multiple? How is it multiple?
Yo, crazy, man. Bro said that sound like some made up shit.
they said, we gonna
listen, bro. Like, okay, if y'all really
and it only take a nigga like 2K.
I'm not a nigga like
every fucking thing that we accomplish.
My nigga.
Now look, because he like 2K. And because 2K,
I hear you, bro. With that bullshit, I hear you, bro. I hear you because 2K
resonate with him. He like, yeah, man, I absolutely agree.
I hear you on that, but I hear him on this too.
I never heard a nigga tell me 1 × 1 sound crazy, and then another nigga let me not say nigga, and then another dude say, yeah, home, cuz I feel you. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
That's because you need. That's because you got programmed, nigga.
No, dude, don't y'all realize that? Listen, let me tell y'all. Y'all gotta stop. 2K is the most talented. He's way more talented.
Nigga, what the fuck?
2K is way more talented than me. And you know what makes him dangerous? Is because you can't tell whether he's trolling or he's actually telling.
I'm super serious.
He don't believe that. He don't believe that.
Okay, just hear me out.
Stop taking 2K serious, y'all. On serious conversations.
And this what the white man do to you. When you trying to enlighten your people, Anton, he the white man. Is that a nigga on the mat?
2K, why do you have the spirit of Dr. Umar in you right now? Like, what's going on?
Listen, so when it comes to me and Anton, I love Anton, but when it comes to his politics and the way he think the world should go, I disagree with Anton a lot. And this just on one of them things.